Broadcasting the sparks that ignite vocational rehabilitation through the inspiring stories of people with disabilities who have gone to work,
working in a field that I understand,
as well as the professionals who have helped them.
A job and a career. You got to look at how life-changing this is.
And the businesses who have filled their talent pipelines with workers that happen to have disabilities.
To help expand registered apprenticeship.
These are their stories.
Because there's such a great story to tell about people with disabilities.
Now, here are the hosts of the VR Workforce Studio, Rick Sizemore and Betsy Civilette.
Welcome to the VR Workforce Studio, the nation's voice for those powerful and compelling success stories of vocational rehabilitation.
And today's episode takes us to new heights, literally.
That's right. In celebration of Groundhog Job Shadow Day, we're spotlighting an extraordinary opportunity happening on Virginia's Eastern Shore, the Aerospace Orientations and Transition Academies through DAR's Pre-Employment Transition Services Program. DARS supports students with disabilities beginning at age 14 from 5 core Pre-ETS services, including job exploration, work-based learning, counseling on educational and training options, workplace readiness, and an introduction to self-advocacy.
And those services are coming to life through hands-on aerospace programming near NASA's Wallops Island Flight Facility in partnership with Sentinel Robotic Solutions, Eastern Shore Community College, and the Eastern Shore Community Services Board. 7 transition academies completed, 30 students served in 5 aerospace orientations, reaching 25 participants. That's a lot of success. Students love this program. They identify new career goals, parents become more engaged, and schools incorporate feedback into their IEP planning.
That's right. We're joined by 3 voices who can help us bring this story to life. Robin Sexauer, who's been on this podcast many times, an absolute hero of mine from the Eastern Shore of Virginia. She is a certified rehabilitation counselor working with the Virginia Department for Aging and Rehabilitative Services. We're also joined by Allison Clark, who is an unmanned aerial system training and flight technician at Sentinel Robotic Solutions, and of course, student participant Grant Davidson. Welcome to the VR Workforce Studio. Grant, let's start with you. Tell us a little about yourself, what grade you're in, and how you became connected with vocational rehabilitation. We also want to welcome Michelle, Grant's mom, who's with Grant, offering some assistance with his communication throughout the interview. Grant, tell us about yourself.
I graduated Northampton High School last year, actually. Grant's Coffee Company. I own Grant's Coffee Company.
Grant, if you're comfortable sharing, how has your disability shaped your educational journey so far?
What is your disability?
Cerebral palsy.
And do you do things different?
Yes.
Can you not do things, or how do you do things?
Different, but I could do it
yourself. Well, we understand that you've been doing some amazing things, and maybe a little bit of the communication challenged you, but your abilities absolutely were the spotlight in this camp. What led you to the decision to get involved with Aerospace Camp? Mom, can you help us?
It sounded fun, and I had fun with it.
Wanted to learn new things?
Yeah.
Miss Robin said it would be fun?
Yes.
Mom, can you help us out a little bit here? How long has Grant been working with DARS?
Grant has been working with Robin for the last 3 years, and she's supported him in seeking out educational opportunities like the Aerospace Camp. She's also supported him with his small business he started 4 years ago, Grant's Grinds. She helps advocate for Grant. She's looking at getting him into some additional training opportunities. But this was his first formalized training that he attended with DARS.
when you got to aerospace camp, what did you actually get to do? Tell us about the hands-on experience.
I flew the drone.
He flew the drones. He learned a lot of tech information, the rules and things of drone regulations and things like that as well. And he got to practice teamwork by being integrated in a class with other people with various disabilities.
Grant, I'm not sure if you and your mom can see the photograph we have up on the screen, but it's a photo of you from the camp. You're in the gym and it looks like you're getting ready to take off. Tell us about that. And Mom, feel free to jump in here, help us out. We've got a little bit of communication challenge, but I want to make certain that that doesn't get in the way of just how exciting this entire venture is.
So this is a picture of Grant. He attended camp with his sister, and I think this moment is one of the big surprises at camp. Can you tell us what was happening in this picture, Grant?
I ran the drone into my head.
He ran the drone into his head.
Into your head.
So he quickly learned that it takes a lot of skill and practice to manipulate the drone and fly it where you want to go. He also ended up flying it through the obstacle course, which there was a lot of practice sessions on this. And he ended up being able to manipulate the controls and drive it through the hoops and various obstacle course barriers and things. He did that really well. And they had a final graduation day where they demonstrated their skills, and he did wonderful on that day. He made a lot of peer friendships at camp, and he also learned a lot of rules, which even though it's been, over a year, he still knows and can recite all of the different regulations and things.
That's so awesome. Our next question is, what surprised you most? And I'm going to jump in here and say probably running a drone into your head had to be pretty surprising. And yet you were able to do so very well in terms of moving that drone around and through the obstacle course. Mom, understanding Grant the way you do and knowing that sometimes verbal communication is a struggle, it's important here, I think, to recognize that Grant was able to perform extremely well in this camp and was able to move that drone through the obstacle course.
That's right. He has intellectual disability as well, but because they made the content so interesting and fun, he retained that information really well. He also has to use really specific motor skills to fly a drone, and the instructors were very patient and very willing to help him. So those kind of motor skills, the intellectual skills, memorization, they did have an exam that they took at the end. He did pass that really well. So the camp itself really was for people with different disabilities and different abilities. And I think it was truly a caveat to the people who put it on and Robin, who was there each day to really let these students excel and have a really fun time and learn teamwork and build peer relationships at the same time.
Well, if you could share with us, how has this experience changed how you'll think about your future career, Grant?
Maybe one day I could bring coffee with the drones.
Yes, Grant has his coffee company, and he envisions someday he can fly the drone around Cape Charles delivering bags of coffee.
Oh, that's
Right
exciting.
now, he delivers it on his wheelchair golf cart, but he sees a future in delivering coffee with his drone as well.
That is
beans.
just so
That's
amazing.
fascinating. Where are these beans? Are they local or is it just from the?
Where do you get your beans from?
Norfolk, coffee and tea.
Okay. So you're supporting a local business and
Yes,
maybe
and
you have your own business one day.
he puts his stickers on and he delivers. He has quite a bit of clients in Cape Charles, and he delivers coffee to them, and he also ships it nationwide.
We'll be sure to put a link in our show notes to Grant's Grinds. He's making coffee. He's an entrepreneur, and now he's taking on drones. How has being able to operate a drone affected your confidence, Grant? And can you expand your reach using drones with Grant's Grinds?
So he's happy that he completed some college too now. Right, Grant?
Yes.
If another student, Grant, was unsure about trying an academy like this or, everything you've been experiencing, what would you tell them?
Just try and don't be scared.
Don't be scared to try new things because sometimes they're hard. And if you can't do it yourself, what do you do?
Ask for help.
Allison, tell us about Sentinel Robotic Solutions and what you're doing to support people with disabilities.
So Sentinel Robotic Solutions is a small woman-owned business located right on Wallops Island, Virginia. We handle all kinds of business, land, air, sea. We're helping with civilian applications of drones. We're helping with military applications of drones. We have helped many different companies with our drone work. So we have certified pilots, and we go do safety inspections for power lines. We're doing mapping for NASA. We're helping with insurance agents and teaching them how to fly drones so they can do surveys. We do a lot of different drone applications because drones are solving problems in many different job industries. So my favorite part, something that I am leading now, as I've been brought on since last year, is I am helping with the DARS program and teaching students about aerospace and about drones, unmanned aircraft systems, and teaching them that there are many jobs available because of drones and how drones are being used to solve problems. So when I am teaching, I really get excited to see different students at different levels and just seeing the growth with each student. That's what inspires me the most, because for me, I kind of boxed myself in when I first met a drone pilot. I was on a movie set and I saw a drone pilot and I thought, oh, that looks too hard to fly a drone. And it's not for me. And then I just remember kicking myself later thinking, why did I think that? Why did I box myself in? So I eventually got my license, realized I can do this. And I want to help people who box themselves in and think, oh, I can't do that. It looks too hard.
Well, Allison, why did Sentinel partner with DARS to support these aerospace academies?
Well, I think they saw the opportunity. So the owners and Chase and Taylor, who started the program with Robin, they saw the opportunity to teach students. They also saw how, we're doing these drone projects and helping in the industries. We're actually out in the field doing, flights and missions. And understanding that, you shouldn't limit yourself, that we can actually teach students with disabilities what they can do. Like there's different roles where people don't think about it. I have a visual observer, Caleb, who graduated from the program. He is actually looking at where the drone is in the sky while I'm operating it. And it's a great position because, no, you don't necessarily need to know how to read. But as long as you know the rules, okay, let's make sure the drone doesn't get too close to this controlled airspace, or let's make sure Allison doesn't crash that drone into a tree. He's a visual observer, keeping everything safe, so that I can more efficiently do my job. And it's like I just can't imagine flying without a visual observer because it's such a safety protocol that we have in our company. So thinking of roles like that, we try to think about how we could help students realize, there are roles for you. And let's say maybe you don't like being outside and being a visual observer. Maybe you're more into art and creativity. There are drone light shows happening where people have to design these drone light shows, just all the beautiful displays of art that come from the light shows. That's something they can look into doing. So I just get excited because I will meet each student and see where they're at and say, okay, this is how drones are being used in this industry that you're interested in. So just the excitement of it all, and just, why should we limit what students are capable of, was a big part. But yeah, it was through Jason Taylor. His vision for the program was to grow the DARS program, and it's now statewide. So now he's hired me on to keep growing it. And it's just a very exciting thing for us.
That is so awesome. In many ways, drones level the playing field for people with disabilities. It gives them a great opportunity, and in this case, even to expand a business process. And so we hear it over and over. You're probably not going to get a job exclusively operating drones, but there's so many ways that having that skill of operating a drone can help you move into the workforce. So quickly, we don't have a lot of time to talk about this, but you're located near a NASA facility, the one at Wallops Island. Does that elevate the academy when we're talking about drones and technology, especially for students with disabilities?
Yes, I think it does, because you think about NASA, they have these, we've done mapping missions for them for the launch pad. There's a lot of opportunity because when NASA brings in these contracts, there's more jobs available. So being in the network and networking with these people, there's more opportunity for everyone. There's being on the runway and different jobs that people don't think about, that special needs, you can look into. It's just you didn't know it existed, right? So that is an opportunity that we have here is having an actual launch pad where rockets are taking off, and all the jobs that help make that happen.
Right. And from your perspective, Allison, what skills are students developing that translate directly into workforce readiness?
The skill of, to me, most inspiring is tenacity and not giving up. You see some students who give up and then realize, oh, I can keep flying a drone and it's going to crash, and that's okay. And they get better throughout one day, where they're actually able to do an obstacle course like Grant did. I think with students, seeing them grow is really important. And just the workplace readiness, they're learning about the rules of airspace, which a lot of people don't know. People who fly drones for fun don't even know that you're supposed to have a certificate to fly recreationally. And the students we have in our programs, they know, oh, I have to get the press certificate, and that's going to help me fly safely, even for fun.
Well, let's move into a discussion with the bigger picture in mind, Robin. How does the Academy connect all this to Pre-ETS and then help students plan a pathway to the workforce?
Okay, the academies and the orientation have really hit every box in the 5 Pre-ETS core services. So with job exploration, students are being exposed to career paths that they had never considered prior to. The employers actually come to the lunch hours. We have a lunch and learn during the camps. And an employer, we have different speakers that come and actually explain how they're utilizing drones in the workforce. We had consumers, a lot of them that wanted to be gamers, and we don't have those opportunities for gamers. So that's how this program started off. And we connected instantly with Sentinel Robotics, and the program took off after just meeting for 2 months, but the program was taking place.
It gives the consumers an opportunity to learn about aerospace, and they're also getting, learning about college. As Grant said, his family members had gone to college, and having the opportunity to become a college student and explore that through career exploration on site at a college was an amazing experience for these students. I had one student from Exmoor he thought it was so cool to be able to tell his friends he couldn't hang with them that week because he was going to college and never
Well,
thought he could be. So it really hits a lot of the opportunities for them in the core services.
Okay. And in the context of Groundhog Job Shadow Month in February, uh, this feels like job shadow elevated to the next level. Would you agree?
Definitely, because they are actually job shadowing with Sentinel Robotics, learning from their staff directly what's involved in those careers and actually learning side by side with them. So this is more of a hands-on job shadowing experience where they get to work with Sentinel Robotics staff, get the input. And we had a fellow law enforcement officer at the last orientation on Chincoteague, and he was so enthusiastic about the program that he was signing his staff up for it. So they got the opportunity to also learn about law enforcement, and that individual explained to them how advantageous this program would be for the students that wanted to pursue law enforcement. So it really hits a lot of the boxes with the job shadowing program because the speakers and the staff really provide a lot of information on all kinds of careers utilizing drones.
Right. Is that Caleb there helping him?
Yes, Caleb is there, and that's Grant's dad with him.
How wonderful does that full circle that Caleb went through the program and now he's helping others? That's wonderful.
We wanted to put that picture in there because there's a payoff, not only for students, but for parents as well. And thank you to each parent who's gotten involved in this.
And I thank everybody. I always say my motto with DARS is always it takes a village, and the partnerships that have been created have been huge. The Community Services Board partnered with us as well to make these programs happening by providing transportation for free. So that guaranteed student participation and the parent participation increased, I would say, almost 95% through DARS with this because parents are invited to attend and families. We had a 5-year-old attend with her mom, and she operated the controllers as well as some of the adults. It was amazing. But by allowing that, parents actually, again, saw their student in a college environment, which they didn't necessarily think would ever happen. And parents like Michelle and her husband and her family, his sister came, they all came. The graduation day is a huge day because we're recognizing the skills that were acquired and they get to demonstrate those skills. And they receive a lot of resource information at that time. The community college gets them T-shirts. And so it's really just a wonderful celebration of a week-long academy that they enjoyed, they loved, and the community college provides the place and the meals. And it's just a wonderful opportunity. I attend every day because I love to see the growth in 5 days. We had a student attend one of the orientations on Chincoteague, and in all of my counseling sessions, she rarely says 2 words. But when I got to Chincoteague at the orientation, she said, "Robin, I love it." And she was beaming. She was really having a good time. And that really, it made everything worth it, And so people like Grant, and if I had 1 million parents like the Davidson, I would be so happy because their participation and support with Grant has just been phenomenal. And they've taught me a lot of things. So hats off to them. And I really appreciate Grant participating today and all the support from everyone.
So, bottom line, the message to families, it sounds like, is participation is really not optional. They really get this, they should be engaged as well to take advantage of this opportunity.
Yes. Because they have fun seeing the growth in their child. And how, as everyone said, the communication skills improve. It's a team participation. They make friends from other schools.
This is what Pre-ETS transition services really look like. Innovation meets partnership. Students are exploring aerospace careers. They're looking at the industry, and they're looking at their futures. Families are engaged. Schools are involved.
And during Groundhog Job Shadow Month, we're reminded that sometimes following a shadow can lead you all the way to the stars.
Grant, Allison, Robin, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Well, Grant, it was great meeting you. Aim high.
And keep building pathways to the workforce.
VR Workforce Studio.